So this video, I'm gonna talk about how to get advice about moving to the Philippines for your Shopify business, right? So you're running a business and you want cheaper rent and you want to just move somewhere where it's cheaper and you have reliable housing, so everything is rentable everywhere. Like it's so much cheaper housing where you can just run your business and you can just save up and you can just invest in other countries. Like me, for example, I run my business through Dubai and the US. So I run my business through Dubai and the US. So I can fly to Dubai. I can fly anywhere. Anywhere I want to go, I can fly to. So this is for people who want advice about the Philippines, because a lot of people want to go to the Philippines and a lot of people are trying to travel right now because the US rent is expensive and the US government is selling a lot of their houses to overseas. So for people who they talk about, oh, I'm leaving my family, or people talk about you for traveling, most of them they don't even know what's really going on. Like a lot of people, they don't even know that the US is actually, they're raising the housing prices so they can sell them to other countries. So if you're in another country and you're just buying property in the US, then how are you any different than the government? That's what the government is doing. They're just buying the houses. They're making you pay more expensive rent because they're selling the houses to overseas people. So they buy a house for $1 million and raise it to $3 million. Your rent is higher, and then they just sell it to somebody overseas. That's all they're doing. So if you move overseas and you have cheaper rent and you have your own business, now you're leveraging how the government is trying to make money off of you. So don't let anybody tell you that traveling overseas is bad or a bad thing to do when it's actually good business to do. So if they're not rich or they don't teach you how to start a business, or if they're just talking bad about you, then fuck them. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. That's just what it is. So here, okay, you get cheaper rent, you got more business income. So when I said I was gonna move to Dubai, so I moved to Dubai, and then my business took off because a lot of people in Dubai, they had businesses. So I was able to fix their businesses, and I just started making money as soon as I moved out of the US, because in the US, most people, they have jobs, and most of their businesses, they don't really work on them, or they're just brick and mortar. But in Dubai, most people, they're smarter people. They have online businesses. They have all kind of different businesses where they're going around and they're just making a lot of money in different ways. Their businesses are so creative. You be like, wow, how did you do that? And they'll be like, okay, this is how I did it. So you're learning more. And a lot of them, they move to the Philippines, or they move to New Zealand or Italy or Portugal, right? Or Spain, where it's easy to buy property. And they're just leveraging that, right? So that's the way things are now. You have to be creative in how you're moving, right? You have to be a global millionaire. You just can't be, oh, I'm just in the States and I'm getting rich. I'm better than you because I'm in the States. Like, no, you sound like a fucking idiot. Don't do that. Don't be this flag wearing American who's just, oh, I'm in America, I'm better than you. Other guys are traveling. Oh no, they're not better than me because I'm in America. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You sound like a fucking idiot. Because most of the people overseas that are rich, they don't go to a lot of them don't even go to the US. They just stay where they at. They just leverage the US to buy the property, and they build businesses based on the law, but they just stay where they at, and they just keep building different businesses in different forms, right? Because they know different languages. So if you this American, oh, I'm so America that I don't go to other countries and I don't want to pay cheap rent, but the government is raising your rent and they selling your houses, right? So don't do that. Be smart. Cheaper food, great customer service. They speak English. The entry is easier, but it's getting harder because of the monkeypox. So watch out for monkeypox licensing. That's why in the description below, I got a lady who can help you out. She'll help you out. So easy licensing. Like you can get licensing, you can get driver's license for like $100 or something, right? You can spend like $100 to get a driver's license and just drive all over the Philippines. So you're getting rich. Like take me for instance. If I was to move to the Philippines, I could pay like $50 and I'm making money all just on my phone, right? Because I got sales every day coming through Shopify. So it's like, okay, I got sales. I get a driver's license and then I'll take a test and then boom. I'm just buying property all over the world. I just hit somebody up in Dubai. Hey, you got a property for this much, boom. But I'm living for like 400, 500 rent overseas. But I'm just buying houses all over the world. I don't have to look rich to be rich. You don't have to pay $3,000 in rent, but you're not even buying, you're not investing in anything. The people who's raising the housing prices, they the ones who making the money, which is the governments, not just one, it's all of them. So you got a mortgage, the mortgage rate goes up because it's connected to the banks. So they go up and then you default on your mortgage, you get rid of your house, and then they just sell it to a foreign government. But but people talk about people who go overseas. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Be creative. Like this is not the time to be, oh, I'm so American, I'm so this, and I'm so my country. Like, no, don't do that. You just need to. If you're rich in pesos, you rich in pesos. If you're rich in Bitcoin, you rich in Bitcoin. If you're rich in USD, you rich in euros. If you're rich in euros, you're rich in pounds. Right? Get creative. And just live minimal. Right? Minimal riches is the new riches. Like spending a lot of money and not having any money and not having any investments, you're just going to look like a fool. You're going to look like a fool and you're going to be in a position to get taken advantage of. Because most of the people with the riches in 2022, they're leveraging global dynamics. They're leveraging the global aspect of things because everybody is traveling. So if somebody goes to the Philippines and they're in the States and they got a business in the Philippines, then they're going to win. Right? Or they have a global business. Now they get a license in Dubai. And even Dubai just released an NFT license. So now that you're getting rich in Dubai and you have an NFT license. Right? So get creative. But this is about the Philippines though. So these are the benefits. And in the link below, you can talk to the lady and she'll tell you anything you want to know. And they'll even pick you up at the airport. All kind of stuff. Free taxi, free rides. She'll help you out. Anything you need to know. Visa information, investment information, whatever you need to know. So link in the description below. Like, subscribe.